What is up, YouTube crypto people? I was just about to update my spreadsheet that I used to record all my crypto stuff with my recent Monyx purchases, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to actually record that and show you my spreadsheet. And I'll also share that with you if you think it would be useful, and I'll just walk you through how I use it and what I use it for. So as you can see here, down the left hand side here, this is the list of ICOs that I have actually bought into. You can see Monyx down at the bottom here. As I said, I did miss out on the ICO, so this is my most recent ICO purchase. Now, looking over here, you can see I've got 500 tokens, and at the moment that is worth $238 because the price at the moment is back down to 48 cents. But in order to update this, I need to know how much I invested in total. Now, because I've sent it over in multiple transactions, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to log in and look at my Exodus history, and basically I've gone through and found all the transactions where I've sent to my Monyx wallet, and then just clicked on it to bring down this extra information here. And you can see that obviously it lists two prices, now and the date that you actually sent it. And the price I want to look at and enter into my spreadsheet is the older figure here, because that's how much I actually sent in. Because obviously the price has gone down now of Bitcoin, but if I were to put in the price of what Bitcoin is now, that wouldn't reflect the true investment that I've made. So I'm just going to go through and add up these figures here. So that's 91.5 plus 91, I'll just round that up, another 91.5. £5.50 and 64. I think that's it. Okay, so that's £252.50. Now I'm just going to convert that to dollars. So that's $352. And you know, the exchange rate between dollars and pounds hasn't changed much in the last few days. It doesn't fluctuate a whole amount generally, to be honest. So you know, within a few pounds, that's going to be, well, it's going to be accurate within in a few dollars. So I'm not too bothered about it being exact. It just gives me a decent idea. So $350, let's call that. But as you can see here, if I go back over to my Monyx, I've not spent everything, so I have about $10 left there. So I'm going to call it about $340 invested. Okay, so just for shits and gigs, just because it's something useful to know, I guess. Sorry, that's wrong. 349. So that is my average price per token that I've paid, 68 cents, which is pretty good. I mean, that's ICO prices right there. So this goes to show that you can definitely still buy tokens at a good price, even if you miss out on the ICO, just depending on what happens when they launch their exchange. Now obviously if another ICO was launched their exchange and the price went down, but due to other circumstances it actually looked like they weren't going to be successful, then obviously not such a good idea to grab them even at that price. But with Monyx, I still think that it can do fairly well, at least well enough to give me double my investment back or something. So I'm happy to buy in at this price. Now looking at what I've got here, I've entered some formulas into here to work things out automatically for me and basically give me a better idea of what I might want to do moving forward, whether or not to lend, stake, or sell off my tokens. In this N column here, I just update this myself with the status of the ICO, just so at a glance I can see to remind myself what's going on. So obviously at the moment with Monyx, we're still waiting for lending and staking to go live, which is why it says wait. And you can see here Thorn is currently live for staking, Ico'S is currently lending. And then also, because I'm fully transparent, and also because I want to know exactly how much I've invested in total, I don't get rid of my losses or any programs that haven't worked out. So you can still see in here Goldgate, who I believe have left the building. There's been nothing from them for weeks now. So I think that is a lost cause. And of course Noxcoin, who did a complete 100% exit scam on the day they were meant to launch their first ICO round. So yeah. Anyway, so going back down to Monyx, I'm going to just change the target price down to a more conservative $5, given what's happened, just so I can see what I could make at a less optimistic, in a less optimistic environment. Sorry. And then the lending and staking percentage, I've populated this based on what they said on their white paper, or on their website, or in their white paper, sorry. Lending percentages went from 50 to about 54, I think, depending on the amount of the loan you put in. I've left it at the lowest, 50%, again, because I like to be conservative in these calculations, just so I'm not getting my hopes up too much. And again, the staking percentage is pulled from there. I've not double checked this, I'm not sure if that's completely right, but I'll just leave it for now, I'll check later. Well, in fact, actually, if we come over to Monyx, let's double check now. Okay, so the lending, like I said here, it goes from 50 to 60. But with my amount of tokens, I'd fall into this bracket here, so I'd be looking at a potential 53% return. But as I say, I'm going to leave it at 50. And staking isn't on here. I'm just going to search. There we go. Oh yeah, okay, so it is right. 10% for the first 6 months, it says here. Okay. And everything else, these last 4 columns here, these are populated automatically based on the formula. And what it basically shows me is that in the first month, if I were to stake all my coins, I could earn 50 extra coins. If I were to do a sell-off, so that's selling all my tokens that I hold at this target price, I could make $2,500, which would obviously give me a profit of $2,160. in order to break even, so to get back the amount that I put in and leave me with just sort of house money, so that I've got no skin in the game, as it were. I would need to sell off 68 tokens at this price to get back my $340. And this is the current strategy I plan on doing with most of these ICOs, is selling off to break even and then putting whatever's left into lending, potentially with a couple of weeks worth of staking in between, if that is how they stagger their releases. For example, with Thorncoin, they've obviously released their staking first, and their lending will come into effect in just a few days. So at the moment I'm staking with Thorncoin, so I can earn a few extra tokens of theirs in time for the lending. But then essentially what I'll do is, once the exchange goes live, I will sell off 20 tokens to break even, and then everything left I will put into lending. And that is what this final column here is telling me. That is basically the amount per month I can earn if I put everything that's left after selling my enough tokens to break even into a loan. So I've invested $300. I invested $300, which got me 472 tokens. In order to make back my $300, I need to sell 20 tokens. Okay, and that will leave me with 452 tokens. And at a price of $15, those 452 tokens will obviously give me a loan of essentially double this. Let's give you that. So 452 times 15. Oops. $6,780. Okay, so that's how much my loan would be worth. And based on the 43% lending rate, that will basically be giving me, or paying out, $2,915 worth each month. And obviously, depending on the platform, that might be in tokens, which you would then have to exchange on or sell on the internal exchange for Bitcoin, and then withdraw that Bitcoin and either store it in a safe wallet or exchange it somewhere like Coinbase for dollars. So obviously this figure isn't going to be exact. It could go up or down, especially if you hold onto your Bitcoin for any number of days. So this is just to give me a rough idea. And basically what I'll be looking for out of all of my investments here is at least a £10,000 per month passive income. So that's 18, that's pounds, yeah, so not dollars. Looking at this, obviously, it would be around $18,000, which is £13,000. So that is the plan, Batman. I forgot to mention that these currency figures down here, this is also a formula that it automatically converts dollars to pounds, because all these ICO and lending platforms operate in dollars. That's why everything is initially entered in dollars, but as I'm in the UK and I obviously work with pounds, that's why I wanted to know this figure. And if you're in any other country, what you can do to change this to reflect your local currency is if you click on each of these three bottom cells here and come up to this bar up here, and basically you can change the last 3 letters here to the ticker of your currency. So if you're in Canada, for example, if you change that to CAD, I believe, you'll see it says load in here now. It was just finding the exchange rate, and that is now changed to display Canadian dollars, I believe. Is it? Yeah. Well, that's quite high. I didn't know the exchange rate was that different. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys so you can change that to be more relevant to yourselves. I hope that all makes sense anyway. I will, as I say, I'll share this, like a blank copy of this with you guys. There'll be a link in the description below. If you've got any questions about it, just drop a comment and I'll answer all the comments. But otherwise, if this has been useful for you, please hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on that notifications bell to keep track of what I'm doing with my with my investments. But as always, guys, thanks for watching and take care.